welcome back to the Single Lady Lifestyle Podcast.
This one's all about Halloween, right?
Yes.
All the goodies of Halloween.
Yes. Spooky season.
This is so your jam.
I know. I love it.
It's like you light up. Like you're like there's like a little like your eyes pop and this is your thing, man.
Like, and I've definitely rubbed off on my oldest too. Yesterday, she scared the ever-living shit out of me.
How?
So, because you know how I live in a super old house built in 1895, yes. Old Victorian. So I've always had this fear, like, you know, I'm going to be washing my face and I look up in the mirror and I'm going to see like a ghost behind me or something. Like, I've had some weird instances, but I've never seen a ghost or anything. But like my kid, I get out of the shower and I go into my closet, which is where I, you know, get ready and everything. It's actually just an extra room. And I sit down at my desk vanity thing, and then behind me I slowly see my closet door shutting, and then I see this face in the mirror and I go, just scream. And then like just like this moment of panic and fear and everything, and then I realize it's my 7-year-old.
It's awesome.
Yes. And she's like, did I scare you, Mommy? I'm like, what do you think, you little shit?
Did you call her a little shit? That's awesome. Oh my god, was she like, mission accomplished?
She's like, yeah. Like, she's just so proud of herself. And
I love
like that. She's like, well, it is Halloween season, Mom. And I'm like, oh my god, like I have created a monster.
It's fabulous.
Call me Frankenstein, because it's alive. It is alive and well in our house.
You're proud of it though.
I am, but like also I'm like, is it appropriate for a 7-year-old to be like, it needs to be creepier, Mom? Or like for Halloween, she wants to be like the Grim Reaper or something like that.
I think that's awesome. But do you have like the little one? Is she getting on board or? Yeah,
she definitely loves Halloween. I mean, her birthday is the day after Halloween. So last year we did the whole Halloween birthday party. But yeah, I don't know. She isn't into the like big creep factor yet. Okay. Maybe she might not. She might be like her father.
I don't know. They're like, this is how, I hate to be Debbie Downer. I feel like that's my mission today. I never, as a divorced, like single person, I didn't pay a lot of attention to Halloween until recently, because I kind of had this mindset of, oh, that's silly, or why am I going to spend time on that, or why, you know, I was like, oh, I didn't embrace that fun aspect of it, maybe, right? Thinking that since I didn't have kids, it wasn't my jam. But I'm kind of like, you've inspired me a little bit this year.
Oh.
Yeah. Like,
I'm glad I can rub off on you.
Well, I don't know. Did you see my front porch has some things?
Yes, I saw your wreath. I love your wreath.
And then I was looking at decorations, and there's like there was this picture. I immediately thought of you. I almost sent it to you, where the hands, it looks like somebody's hands on like an old window.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that would be cute over here. And I was like, okay, I don't need that. But I have never entertained the idea of decorating for Halloween or participating in Halloween. Like, I don't put candy out for the kids in the neighborhood. And I'm lucky I live in a retirement area because I don't think I will get.
You mean you're not going to put candy out for Dave?
I probably should. That's like, Dave does keep me safe. That's like, I wish we could market Dave. You don't need a ring, you need a Dave.
Yeah,
Dave,
you need a Dave.
Everything that goes on in my world. But
no, I think you could create something really cool in this retirement community. Make all the old people dress up in costumes and go trick-or-treating house to house, and maybe like each door has like a different type of cocktail.
I might actually have to talk to the HOA about that. Yeah. They walk by my house every day. Yeah. We have to do that. Okay, brilliant idea. All right, well, let's get this spooky business started. How are we starting? You're my Halloween goddess is what I'm calling you from now on.
I like that.
You're like the Halloween goddess.
I don't know.
Like, do we want to start with our silly game, or do we want to start with the tarot card thing?
I don't know. Let's save the tarot cards for last.
You're a little freaked out about
I'm very freaked out about
that. But I'm so not, which is so funny to me, because I'm like, whatever. Like, I'm all about, I make my own destiny.
Yeah.
I mean, I know I'm on a journey. I do believe that. But I don't think that card reading is going to, like, blow my mind. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll see.
Maybe it's because I was brought up, like, super religious, too. So I'm just, like, I'm, like, just now coming around to the idea of, like, oh, there's not this man in the sky that is, like, controlling, it's, like, his will, not your own.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure JC is okay if we do a tarot card reading on the pod. Like, I don't think he's going to be pissed.
Yeah.
And I had lunch with your mom on Tuesday, and we were talking about religion versus spirituality.
Yeah.
I'm very spiritual. I don't need to be in the confines of a religious organization.
Oh yeah, no.
Right?
No.
So I feel like
I feel, and apologize in advance to anybody that is. Like,
this is a bold statement.
Yes, you do your thing, but organized religion, in my opinion, creates more harm than good.
It's a business.
Yeah.
It always has been.
And it's a good way to control people.
Absolutely.
Just like the government.
Which will be amazing to, like, when we do, here in a little bit, we're going to record the Salem.
Yes.
And I didn't really do a lot of research for this. This is I'm so excited about it, but you're probably going to blow my mind several times. But the research I did do, everything I read about the witch trials really does go back to control and male dominance, and religion is used as the shield, right?
Yes. So stay tuned for that.
Yeah, very interesting. Okay. So you want to do this little deal?
Yeah.
You want to go first?
You go first.
I'm drawing to ask you, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's not the question. It's like the...
Oh.
It's like...
All right. Well, I'm good then.
Yeah, no questions for you. Oh, what book are you reading right now?
Oh. All right. Well, I actually just finished one. So I'm actually in between books right now. And I haven't started a new one. But I just finished Something in the Water.
Oh.
And then also The Family Upstairs.
What's that?
So both are kind of like mystery thrillers. Those are my go-to jams.
Okay.
The Family Upstairs is about basically this cult and how the children were affected from this cult, and you think that it's kind of like gonna be like this haunting type thing. Like, no, there's so many twists and turns, and it follows these kids like as they're adults, and you think that they're gonna come back and like basically try to murder the baby of the cult. Like, I don't know, and I'm not doing it justice at all, but very good, keeps you on your toes, and it's not overly scary like I thought it was gonna be.
Cool.
Because I especially this time of year, I like to go for something a little bit more,
spooky,
creep factor. Yeah.
Scary. We should link that.
Yeah.
Link that in the thing.
I will.
When this is posted, yeah.
And the other one that I just read was Something in the Water. And it's about this female documentarian who she and her husband get married. They're on their honeymoon. They end up finding this like bag of like millions of dollars and diamonds like floating in the water from a plane crash. And the people that she is interviewing for her documentary are people in prison that are getting ready to be released. So she interviews them while they're in prison and like what they're looking forward to upon their release. And one of the guys is like an ex-mobster guy. So she actually ends up going to him for a lot of help during this process, and because they decide to like keep the money and diamonds, and like how she can like go about like not legally doing it, but like basically putting it into a bank, like all of this stuff. And there's some pretty good turns in that one too.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But that one was just kind of fun. So yeah.
Is it a quick read?
Oh yeah.
Easy.
Yeah.
Okay. You'll link that one too.
I will.
Yeah.
I will.
Get a little book club going on. I
yeah.
don't know if I could have answered that question. I was like, I'm reading like 3 different ones right now. Depends on my mood.
Oh, this one's kind of fun.
Oh, is it? What is it?
Who has the hottest body of anyone you know?
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, is that your final answer?
No. No, Jesus does not have the hottest body, and I do not know him. Personally. He does not come over for dinner. My immediate reaction is I'm going to name, I think you know who I'm going to name, but it's, how do we classify hottest? Like physically, physique? Like, is that what we're going?
No, just like what you find most attractive. Like not by society standards, like what, I mean, and this probably plays into personality a little bit too, but like what turns you on the most?
Yeah. Because immediately I went to physical, which I think is what we're ingrained to do.
Yeah.
So I was going to say my friend / trainer, Nick Bolton, who is a very happily married man, but his like body fat percentage is nothing. I'm like, he's muscle.
I mean, but that's part of his brand too. So
yeah. And one of the nicest people I think you'll ever meet. Because, most of the time we have this perception of somebody who's really, I don't care if it's a man or a woman and they're very physically fit. Some of us have the tendency to go, there's no way they can be that beautiful and also be nice or a good person, which is not true. It's a generalization. And so Nick is very healthy, physically fit, and a good dude. But the hottest, like, person that I know, I'm so going to put myself on. I have the biggest crush on the guy from, you know who he is, on Tam Mutu from Moulin Rouge. Yeah. We did some work with him on his podcast, and he is also a very happily married man, and they are a very, very sweet couple. But he is so, like, if he was single, he would be somebody I would be all about. He's intelligent.
Understandable. Yeah. He's adorable.
He is adorable. He's intelligent. He's well-traveled. He's sweet. He looks good. Like, yeah, that would probably be the is the kicker, right? Like, the hottest person.
Americans, like, the accent helps too.
Oh yeah, that accent. Every time you get the text where it's like, "Good morning, love. I need help with this." I'm like, what? I'll drop whatever I'm doing to help you.
I always love that my gram always called me love. So
did she?
Yeah.
Oh,
so to me, like, I think it's so sweet and funny, but like when like you've shown me some of his texts before or something, I'm just like, he reminds me of my gram.
He's he's like, so it's funny because he played like the scandalous guy in Moulin Rouge, which I always fall for the scandalous guy.
Oh, that makes sense.
And so then you meet the scandalous guy who turns out to be really a good guy. I'm like, this is funny.
Well, he's way better looking than the lead in that show too.
He is, I think, and he's I won't say talent. Talented's not the right word. He's my jam.
Yeah.
How about that? He's
That's fair.
Yeah. The hottest guy I know, or the hottest, that would be him.
I like it.
I can't wait to see how you edit that out. I'm like totally.
No, that's all it.
Like, if we had a camera, you would see the red. Like, I'm definitely. You've known for a while that I've had like a little crush on him. So
I think that's kind of a confession too.
Yeah, we're putting that out there.
Yeah.
I highly doubt he ever listens to this because it's just not what he does. But if Kim's listening, his wife, I am so sorry. You do have a really good man. Okay. Halloween faves.
Do we want to talk about, I mean, I don't have any Halloween traditions. My brother and sister-in-law have a pretty cool one that I'm tagging onto, but not like full blown like what they do.
Yeah.
So they every year create a list of Halloween movies. So it's 31 days of Halloween movies. Every day they watch a new one, and every year it's different. And this year they looked up, like, on a scale of like 1 to 10 or whatever, like the scare factor. So, because like they had friends that, and me included, that started asking them for their list so they could like watch along. And so now they're getting like super into it and putting like, like listing them like, this is a 6.2 scare factor. This is like a 0. I mean, so they have movies that range all the way from like, super, super scary to, like Hocus Pocus.
That's awesome.
Or like Casper. So I don't do the 31 days because I'm not a huge fan of like slasher movies, but I go through and I pick out the ones that I will watch.
They should do a bingo.
Oh, that's a
Here's
good
our
idea.
list. And then, like, if you guys do bingo and you watch our list, we'll, I don't know, you win something.
Yeah.
Or everybody, like, how they have, like, March Madness.
That could be fun.
Things, or whatever. It would be fun to do, like, a Halloween bingo with their list.
Yeah.
If they want to take it to the next level. Like, sure.
Yeah.
That's fun. I don't, I don't have, like I just shared, I don't have kids. And when I was married, we just really didn't do Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge candy person, so it was never that.
It was never about the candy?
No. I have a big sweet tooth, but I was like, that's sort of year round.
Yeah.
And I was never somebody who was like, oh, the Reese's pumpkins are out of it.
I've never been that way. I mean, I just have the weird, like, I buy hot tamales around this time of year, and then that's it for the rest of the year.
It's your pleasure. That's your guilty pleasure for you.
Yep. One day out of 365, I buy hot tamales, and it usually lands in October.
I will say, that's so funny. Oh my God. I will say, again, I always catch myself kind of like, I say, oh, I don't do that. And then I'm like, wait a minute, maybe I do. So I every year watch the Snoopy, the Halloween.
The Great Pumpkin.
I watch the thing every holiday.
Yeah.
So in the fall, I'll watch Snoopy, and I started it this week with the Great Pumpkin, which, you know, it's not formatted for.
Yeah.
And so it looks so.
That's so funny.
Like vintage, old school,
Yeah.
which I love.
Which is fun. Which is, you know, adds to the Halloween.
Yeah. And Uncle Dave, my favorite uncle, who's no longer here. Oh, he's here. He's just not in human form. But that's pretty.
Hi, Dave.
Yeah. Hey, Uncle Dave. He was a big Peanuts fan, and so that's had rubbed off on me. And I like, even right now with Sasha's in here, my dog, and she's laying on her Snoopy blanket. So I love Snoopy. So I watch that every year, probably a couple times.
Yeah.
And then when because my ex-husband's family kept me for a really long time after the divorce. So as Aunt Allison, I always had the most fun, like, getting their little boo bags together. And so
that's fun.
Even then the boys got older, when they were in their teenage years, and even in their early 20s, like, they still got Halloween stuff for me. And then my niece, she's in her teenage years now, so yeah, she's kind of outgrown it. But the boys definitely let me go longer.
Go longer than...
Yeah. And as I got older, like, you know, it wasn't all candy. There's a little Mad Money in there and stuff. So it was fun to put that together.
Yeah.
But this is the first year I don't have any little peoples in my world to do stuff like that for. So I haven't had to go to the Target and do the shopping or...
Then do it for you. Create your own little boo bag.
I know. I like that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Ooh, I could put that together and share that with everybody.
Yes, you absolutely should.
Be like a little quickie.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll put that on the list. Sasha's going to be... this is like the big reveal for her. She is going to be, I want a dragon so bad I can't stand it. So she's going to be a pink dragon for Halloween.
I love it.
Yeah. So
I love it.
So I do dress my dog up. So there's a tradition.
Yeah.
So it's like when you stop and think about it, you're like, oh, there are little moments that we all do.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have any traditions. My husband is not into Halloween at all, but he dresses up when I make him. So.
What's like your best costume stuff?
Last year, I was Cruella de Vil.
Oh shit, that's awesome. We need to get some pictures of that.
And I kind of regret it. I wish I would have just gotten a wig instead of like spray paint in my hair.
Ugh. How long did that take to?
Well, it was like not spray paint, but like, you know, the hairspray. Yeah, it was so it was,
and gross.
And then I ended up going a little too cartoony with the makeup, and this was for my 4-year-old's birthday party, and so she had friends' parents that came over that like I hadn't met before, but I'm like, hi, I'm
awesome.
I'm Mom.
Did you get a reaction?
Yeah, there were a couple of moms like, oh, I didn't realize this was a costume party.
This is my world.
Yeah. So yeah, I was Cruella de Vil, and I made my husband dress up like a Dalmatian.
How did he give us that?
He did fine, because I don't make him go like, oh, I didn't make him wear puppy dog ears or anything like that, but you could tell he was a Dalmatian.
It was obvious.
And let's see, one year we were Wayne's World.
Oh, that's phenomenal.
So yeah, Garth and Wayne. I was Garth.
Is that pre-kid?
Yeah. Oh yeah, because I passed out in the backyard.
That's
that
awesome.
one.
That's fabulous.
And then probably ended up throwing up in the bushes or something. But
that's rock star level.
Yeah, so definitely pre-kids.
Rock star level.
Yeah, we've had, any excuse to dress up, I'm all for. So that's why I've always loved Halloween. Yeah. I've dressed up solo before. Usually like with my kids, but usually I'll do a witch, but like a classy witch.
A bougie witch?
A bougie witch. Awesome. Yeah.
That...
So yeah.
Okay.
And then I usually watch something spooky. I usually do a show, like American Horror Story or The Haunting of Hill House. I loved that show.
You and my massage therapist.
Yeah,
I heard all about that when she was
watching
so
that. Good.
I can't watch that show.
No,
I wouldn't be able to sleep for days.
And then I did The Haunting of Bly Manor. Because like those shows, like it's not like jump out at you scary.
I can't watch it.
And it goes back and forth so much between just kind of like present day, like, oh, everything's happy, to like just a few scary parts.
Yep.
So I don't know. But I like the thriller, like the twists and turns.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
So you don't like gore.
No, I don't like gore. I don't like somebody's chasing me and gonna murder me. Like, no, thank you. I don't need that in my life.
Listen.
But, you know, I can handle a couple ghosts.
Like, ghosts are different than gore, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Like M. Night Shyamalan, however you say his last name.
Shyamalan?
Dude, it scares the shit out of me every time.
No, see, I love his, because all of the twists and turns.
Oh,
like,
God.
you know, there's always...
He's brilliant.
Yeah, I know, there's always a twist.
But
that's what I love about his movies too, is like you think that it's going to be so super scary and this like monster or something, but then in the end you realize like, oh nope, it's just this really weird situation,
or it's psychological. And
yeah.
honestly, that is scarier to me than anything, because I do believe, and I know that there's research that we don't use our brains to their fullest like capability. So if somebody diabolical has tapped into like being able to manipulate and do all these psychological things, it just freaks me the shit like the hell out. I can't deal.
That's fair.
I can't deal with it. It's like I'm trying to think. Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
So I started watching that show when I was married, and I loved the show.
Yeah.
And our thing was we would watch it the night it was like, this is old. This is a long time ago, guys. So you watch TV when the night it was on. There was none of this streaming business when it first started. And so we would have dinner and we would get like beverages and we'd lay on the couch together and watch it. And we go to bed, right? And it's totally different doing that with a psychological thriller or like show like that, where it is all like there's this murderer, or there's this serial killer, or there's this rape, whatever you want to call it. And then go to bed with somebody, you're like, okay, safety in numbers.
Yeah.
Well, then I kept that because I love the show. I was like, I'll make my own dinner, I'll have my own beverage, I'll watch the show. I can sleep.
Yeah.
So I can watch it during the day.
Yeah. See, and that's what terrifies me. Like, I can't do stuff like that because it's like, no, there are crazy people out there that will just like come and murder you for the hell of it.
For fun.
Yeah. Because they're so fucked up. Versus like, I can deal with like a fictional show that has, you know, some ghosts and some really good
all fiction's
music.
Based on reality.
I mean, that's true. Like, I truly believe in ghosts, but like, you know, I live in an old house and I haven't seen any, so like, I'm good. I'm good.
Well, you haven't seen any because you haven't wanted to yet.
That's true.
I think they're there. Like,
I'm sure there
are. Our ghosting one.
Yeah.
Because
I've had some weird things happen.
Well,
we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So
okay.
I'd rather deal with a mind fuck of something that I can play off as fictional versus like, oh no, there's Jeffrey Dahmer is real.
Yeah. Like, have you watched that?
No,
I can't.
I can't.
I'm not gonna watch that. All that's gonna do is like, it's the same reason that I can't watch real TV. Like, I haven't watched the news in forever. I get my little blurbs on my app, and I can decide what I want to participate in.
I'll check the weather.
Yeah. and I'm wondering though, is that like, which one's healthier? Because when you remove yourself from all of that, and it's not in the forefront, and you're not prepared for it, so then, you know. The world scares me a little bit. Like, there's the horror story. There's so much shit that goes on right now. Not to be, again, a Debbie Downer, but it's like, if we need spooky shit, you can look at what happens out in real life. And I guess the whole point of a spooky movie, like the gore, because, you know, the, like, last Halloween movies, it's either out now or it's coming out. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Like, would you watch that?
So, I did finally watch the first Halloween movie with Jamie Lee Curtis for the first time last year.
Did you?
Yeah.
And that was like scandalous.
I know. And so, but knowing like, since it was made so long ago, like the special effects weren't as great, but like also, I hate movies like that because the characters are so dumb. So dumb.
Scream.
Yeah.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah. So I've never seen that. Like,
what? Johnny Depp was in that. You've never seen Nightmare on Elm Street?
No. So yeah, I don't do slasher movies. See, I don't do like.
I can do slasher movies because I can convince myself that it's probably not going to actually happen. That's the difference, like you said earlier.
Yeah. See, I'm the opposite. Because I'm like, you know, with ghosts, it's like the likelihood. Like, yes, I believe it because there's so many people out there that have experiences, but I'm not opening myself up to that. So, like, we're good. You feel like you have to open yourself up to that.
Agreed.
Like, if I see one, I'm like, cool, peace out. Like, please don't come back. Like, we're good.
So,
but I'm not opening myself up for anything else.
I'd also sage the shit out of that, like, wherever you were. You know how to do that, right?
No. I mean, I know, well, I know what it is.
You know what to say. Yeah. I have some extra sage upstairs.
Okay, if I
yeah,
need it.
yeah, keep it on hand. Because you never know when you need stuff.
Yeah.
But I have in my old apartment that I lived in forever post divorce. My neighbor was also a single lady, and she lived there with her roommate. And she died of an asthmatic attack in the middle of the night. So I'd been out of town, and I came home, and the way our driveways were, they were like next to each other. And there's like the coroner, and her family is in my driveway.
What?
Like I literally come from being out of town, guest speaking.
How old was she?
32. 32. Oh, it gets better. So she was amazing. Like she was my wine buddy. Like I would see her and we would talk. Like she was a good neighbor to have. And it helped that she was single, and then we could share dating stories. Like it was just and her roommate had a boyfriend, but she was still kind of fun to hang out with too. So I come home and they're like wheeling her out, like on this, like the coroner bringing her out of her apartment.
Like with a sheet over her, like, oh my God.
I'm like, oh shit, what? Like I thought she was murdered. I was like, what's going on? Because I had a shady guy living on the other side of me. I'm like,
like this is your
I
fault?
was like, did you do this, weirdo? And it happened to be that day that his garage door was left open, and that was very out of the norm. So my mind just completely goes like to Dateline. I'm like, fucker, he killed her, and her mama's in my driveway crying, and I just got back from a speaking engagement, and this is some bullshit. So that's not what happened, but I found out later she died in her sleep because she couldn't breathe, essentially. And so then the new neighbors moved in maybe like 2 months later, and it was a family. They were building a house. So this was pre-pandemic. And of course, when the pandemic hit, it took them longer to build their house. So my neighbor, who I love, Buffy, I love you have to meet Buffy. Buffy's like amazing. And we're going to talk more about Buffy in the ghosting, because Buffy, like, she has the ability to see. Yeah, she's Buffy.
Maybe she needs to come on.
But she would be amazing. You would love Buffy. I had to text her and see what she's doing. See if she wants to come over and podcast with us. But so she and I were talking one night, and she's like, and she had no idea what had happened in the apartment before. And it was probably around this time. It was like fall, like Halloween-ish, right? And she's like, I know this sounds weird, Allison. We just met. She's like, there's some bad energy in my apartment. There's somebody that has either died there or been like they're angry. And she's like telling me all this. And she goes, don't think I'm crazy. She's like, I know you just can't tell things like this to everybody. She's like, but I feel it. She's like, I'm going to buy some sage. She's like, I'm cleaning this shit out. She goes, but there's some bad energy. Whatever's going on, somebody was angry, and it's still in my house, and I have to get it out. And I'm like, well, let me tell you what happened in your apartment. And she was like, no shit. And so she did. Like, she came home, saged the entire place, and said my neighbor's name, and was like, it's okay. Like, everything's okay, but you're not welcome here. Like, it was intense. I know.
So how was it after?
She said it was fine. She said she didn't feel it anymore. There was like this immediate release.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's definitely got some gifts, and she's like during our wine stories, I've learned so much. I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I could see what you've seen, because I might like pass out.
Yeah.
I'm such a chicken.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Mm-hmm. Oh, man. But anyway, so there's a little spooky, like,
yeah.
I imagine the campfire as I'm telling that story. But so favorite Halloween movie? Your mom tells me you're Hocus Pocus.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love.
Yeah. Did you watch the new one?
Yeah.
And
I was a little unimpressed. Like, the storyline could have been better. Because like it was supposed to be how the Sanderson sisters like got their start.
Oh.
So I wish they would have focused on that a little bit more, but it was just like for a very short time at the beginning.
Okay.
So it was a little hokey, which it's a kids movie. Like, I get it.
Yeah.
But I mean, nothing will be as good as the first. The first one, it's just like any sequel. Like, the first one's usually the best.
Yeah, so true.
So
except for Maverick and Top Gun. Maverick was good. Did you see that?
I haven't seen it yet.
Have you seen Top Gun?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, if you said no, we were going to have to push stop on audio for a minute. Have a moment together.
Yeah.
No, Maverick was good. And Miles Teller is amazing.
I do like him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't know he was in that.
Yeah, he's
All right.
Goose's son.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's very rare that you find a second one.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, and there's probably, like, Lord of the Rings is probably another one where they really held it together through all three.
Yeah.
But in the children, like, this genre,
yeah,
I think it's really...
It's hard.
Like, that probably was made for fans.
Yeah.
And to generate revenue.
Yeah.
And because did it come out on Disney?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, on streaming.
So, it was good. I enjoyed it. But, yeah, no, the first one.
So do you have...
Still
yeah.
Hold strong, in my opinion.
Well, I think that's... Well, it's your first love. If you can't get over your first love.
Yeah.
Even if your first love was not, like, everything you wanted.
Yeah.
You still love it. And as much of a realist as I am, I do think true love lasts forever. So if you fell in love with the first one,
yeah,
you're still going to love it forever.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have your costumes picked out this year?
No, not yet.
What?
I know.
You have an idea?
No, I need to get on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. I want to hear what
I know.
want to see.
Yeah, we'll do a big reveal.
Will you? Will you do it on the social for us?
Sure.
Will you? Okay.
Yeah.
Do we want to do our tarot?
Okay.
Have you thought about, like, the question you're going to ask?
Like, do I have to say it out loud? Or, like, is it just, like, you're supposed to think about it?
No, I think for this, we probably should say it out loud. I don't know what the, like, correct rules are, but I'm not a rule follower anyway. Look, this looks like you're opening a pack of cigarettes from, like, the 80s. Look at that. Did you see that? That's how you used to open Marlboros. How are you?
Marlboros.
The smokes.
The smokes.
The smokes. You can tell I'm not a smoker. Because I'm like, aren't you supposed to shuffle these like you would if we were playing hearts or something here?
Okay, let's get through the history, Cosmo. I might need a drink for this.
Oh, you think?
Yeah.
Do we need to push pause and come back? Look at this. Knights of, like, okay. These are actually pretty.
Okay.
Oh,
1. Tarot cards are divided into 2 groups, minor arcana and major arcana. There's 56 minor and 22 major.
Okay. I'm trying to think of my question. I think my question is going to be something so silly.
Okay, it says, remember, there are no rules that say you can use your guidebook when you're doing the reading, but if you do want to learn the cards more deeply, you can use the guidebook.
No rules, that's what I heard. Listen to that. You're going to get that on.
Set the mood with fancy candles, whatever makes you feel relaxed.
Well, since you're freaked out,
I know.
It sounds like wine might make you feel better.
Okay, form your question. In general, open-ended questions are better. Think, what can I do to strengthen my relationship with my partner? Or what should I consider when looking at my future of my relationship? Not, are we going to break up?
Why is it got to be love-oriented?
Because it's Cosmo.
Oh, okay. I was like, can't it be, like, professional?
Okay, it says, shuffle the cards while thinking about your question or listening to your friend explain theirs. Tarot cards are often larger than playing cards and therefore a little thicker to shuffle.
Yeah.
So you may take your time.
Okay.
All right. Cut or have your friend cut the deck into 3 stacks and select one of them for you to deal from. Okay.
Deal from. Okay. So then are both things already in here?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
Okay, so I'll do 3 stacks.
Okay.
Okay. And then decide which layout works best for the question. A simple question equals a simple layout.
Okay, so I guess I do need to know your question.
Well, no, we're doing you first because you shuffled.
Oh, okay.
My question. So keep your focus on the broader picture rather than tiny details. Tarot cards are like different pages of a book. You see the major journeys everyone goes through, and sometimes the pictures alone just pop out and speak to you.
Oh.
The tarot cards are best for getting a general idea of the future. Yeah, I think you're supposed to just pick one of the stacks to draw from, and if you want to do a 5-card spread like that, then...
And then, okay.
Yeah.
Then are you going to decipher? Are you going to read these?
Yes.
So should I tell what the question is? Like, I kept it really broad.
Okay. Yeah.
Am I going to find true love? Like, ever? Because I don't think I've ever truly been in love. Like,
yeah.
So true love. Not love. Because I can fall in and out of love really quickly. Okay. True love.
All
Which
right.
is funny that I went there.
Yeah.
I went very romantic. So from here?
I think so. I think you pick one deck.
The Magician.
Okay.
Oh, so when you go down the line. So that's the first deck. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so the Magician makes things happen. He always finds a way to manifest plans into reality. His ability to envision what he wished to manifest, along with his conviction in manifesting it, gives him 360-degree vision, noticing opportunities and resources that others overlook or don't deem themselves worthy of pursuing. He is optimistic and willing to take an unconventional route to manifest his vision. He cares more about putting an idea into action than he does about what others may think of them along the way. If you have pulled the Magician for yourself, you are creative, flexible, and adaptive. You have a strong concentration and the willpower to actualize your plans and goals.
I feel like that's pretty spot on.
Yeah. Do you want me to read the reversed? Or
well, the reverse is like if you're
not
on the negative side, right?
I think so.
So I feel like that you can, but I think that first part's me. Like, what is the reverse?
Okay, so the reversed is the Magician lacks the skills and gumption needed to succeed. This could be due to weakness, laziness, or incompetence. The power becomes blocked, and in some cases, there may be a tendency to blame others for your inability to manifest your goals. Yeah. The reverse Magician isn't just negative thinking. It can also symbolize an abuse of power.
So that's like the flips, like the dark side of it.
Okay.
Which the first part's definitely much more me. We were literally just talking about manifestation.
Yeah.
Okay. King of Pentacles.
Okay, that one is... Okay, King of Pentacles. The key words are provider, generous, and resources. The king is a symbol of great success and wealth. He uses financial wisdom to also create wealth for others. He is an expert in managing resources, including money and time.
Okay.
The reversed is he has lost sight of the purpose in managing resources so well. They set their morals aside in the pursuit of more wealth for themselves.
What if you're in the gray? Because you know what? I'm really good with finances, but I can buy a handbag like nobody's business. You know what I mean? Okay. King of Swords. Woo! Got a lot of royalty going on here. Okay.
Here we go. Okay. Professional, rational, ambitious. The King of Swords enforces communally defined rules and standards of safety, justice, or intellectual rigor. He is ambitious, intellectual, charming, rationally minded, and has good judgment. The reversed is the ambition and authority of the King of Swords turns ruthless. They abuse their power relentlessly and see everything as a competition.
Oh, okay. I'm good on the pot. Yeah. Okay. So then I do two more? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay. The Hermit. Oh, that's pretty spot on.
All right. The Hermit is an elder, embodies wisdom and discretion. Their age gives them distance from the bustling world. The lamp they carry represents their inner voice, which they honor and explore. Regardless of your age, if you have pulled the Hermit for yourself, you are an old soul and a seeker of inner healing, wisdom, and truth. The reversed signifies that you might be too adamant about securing your alone time, setting your schedule, and giving off the appearance of pursuing a spiritual practice. What can you let go of instead to create more room to experience awe? Alternately, you may be ignoring the wisdom your inner voice or wise person in your life has been trying to share. You have the potential to gain much wisdom in your life right now, but only if you actively seek out a path of learning and reflection.
Okay. I'm trying to think how these go to my question, but the devil.
Ooh. All right, the devil signifies temptation, addiction, and lust.
That's fabulous. That's fabulous.
The card shows the horned goat of Mindy, holding a torch down towards the earth. He also holds two naked humanoid figures seemingly captive. Yes, however, the chains holding them appear loose, and they have grown horns and tails, becoming more like the devil. The devil shows up once somebody succumbs to initial temptation. It becomes more difficult over time to free himself. Another aspect of the devil is that we sometimes believe we are trapped when, in fact, we are not. The chains around the necks of the devil's minions are loose. They could take them off if they wanted. As shown on the card, they are chained by manipulation, greed, and their fears of taking responsibility for the negative aspects of themselves. They blame each other or the devil for their negative actions. The devil card asks us to face our fears and our shadow sides to free ourselves from their control. On the reverse side, the devil signifies release and severance, freeing yourself, finding that you are not as trapped as you first thought you were.
That's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
Because if you stop and think about, am I ever going to find true love? Like, I know I self-sabotage myself all the time in that arena. Professionally, I'm a rock star.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I'm like, I mean, you probably have gotten little snippets along the way. Yeah. Like, that's hysterical. All of that's hysterical.
Yeah.
And I literally was just kind of shuffling. And
yeah.
Okay.
I think that's how it's supposed to...
That's kind of fun. Your turn to shuffle, girlfriend.
All right.
Are you nervous?
I mean, yes.
It's kind of fun.
Okay, so I need to say my question?
Yeah, I did. You have to sharing is caring. You've got to come out and...
Oh, my question that I was thinking about is, am I going to be successful?
Oh. Aren't you already successful?
Well...
Successful's a gray. Which I guess love could be too. Okay, pull it out, lady.
All right.
Successful.
Wheel of Fortune.
Ah. Wheel of Fortune. Dun, dun, dun. All I can think of right now is Pat Sajak. All right. The Wheel of Fortune reminds us that life is always in flux. There are many symbols on this card, representative of dozens of life cycles we experience. There is an aspect of the Wheel of Fortune that foretells good luck and success, often when the querent is making good decisions anyway. The Wheel of Fortune encourages optimism and faith that the universe will grant a good outcome. The universe is unpredictable and sometimes chaotic, but will take care of us if we are open to it. Ooh. All right, reversed. The reversed Wheel of Fortune indicates that things have come to a standstill or perhaps closure. Be aware of whether you are trying to resist fate. Anything you try to avoid will inevitably come back to haunt you. Oh, no. Consider the immediate and long-term effects of your actions. Listen, that's true, because we've talked about emotions, and emotions don't go. If you just don't deal with something, it still sits there. You have to handle it later.
This is true.
Okay, what else you got?
I don't know how to say this. The Hierophant? Hierophant?
Yeah, something like that.
Hierophant.
The Hierophant. Page 13. All right, we have... keywords. Education, knowledge, religion, and conformity.
Oh.
The Hierophant is the embodiment of ritual, tradition, and conformity. He can be interpreted as the need for acceptance from others and to fit in with society. The Hierophant suggests adherence to rules and principles, which could indicate being part of a group of people. Whether taking the role of mentor or regular group member, the establishment system of rules is comforting. Reversed. The Hierophant can reveal criticism, poor leadership, bad advice, and being misled by an egotistical authority figure. On the other hand, the Hierophant can represent a free-spirited visionary, giving you permission to forge your own path. Ooh, where do you think you're at on that one?
I don't know. I'm gonna need to digest this over the next couple of weeks.
It's got some gray there.
All right.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, for sure.
I feel like you could blend.
I just feel like all of this is just
That's why it's fun.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't freak me out. I'm like, what else?
Okay.
What else you got?
Page of Wands.
Oh. Okay. Keywords. Inspired, enthusiastic, and good news. Oh. The Page of Wands is inspired, confident, and energetic. They are young or young at heart and full of spirit. They love to create and go on adventures. They are earnest, and in their earnestness, they are trustworthy. The reversed. Out of fear or boredom, your qualities of creativity, energy, and sense of adventure are blocked. Which is pretty true.
Yeah. All right.
What else you got?
King of Cups.
Ooh. That feels like that would be at the beginning.
Yeah. No, that's actually towards the back.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Did you know what?
Yeah.
Good Lord. I feel like somebody's grandma right now. Like, how do I find this, honey? Find the page for me. Okay. King or queen?
King.
King. Keywords: calm, emotional, balance. The king represents full control of one's emotions and the ability to balance them with logic. It indicates someone who is mature and diplomatic. Oh, that's pretty. That's you. Reverse: the King of Cups struggles with insecurity, shame, or hatred. At their lowest point, they betray people they love. If this describes you, seek emotional balance.
Oh, damn.
That's an intense card.
Fuck me, right?
Okay.
Okay, last one.
Yeah. Like, I don't think we've had advice before.
Yeah.
If this is you.
Oh, no.
What's
Is this upside down?
What
this
is it?
Upside down.
What is it?
The Hanged Man.
What? Okay, hold on. Is that... Yeah. Page 27. Okay. Okay. Oh. Keywords: trust, unconventional, and waiting. Okay. The hanged man embodies trust in the universe. Your trust and faith are being tested. However, you know what you believe in, what you are devoted to, and what sense of faith will carry you through. This card teaches that spiritual support is real and tangible. The hanged man's upside-down perspective is unconventional. From your perspective, which is based in spiritual rather than worldly truths, you see what others can't. You see beyond illusions and mainstream paradigms to creative solutions, love, beauty, and the divine. Your unconventional perspective may be unsettling or aggravating to some who may retaliate with condemnation and persecution. However, you are on your path to the ultimate freedom, attainment, and celebration. Like, I was about ready to die on that last paragraph. Because I don't know if you're thinking what I'm thinking, but I bet you are. I'm like, okay. Reversed. The hanged man indicates hang-ups and injustices that plague your spirit, convincing you to lose trust in yourself or in the divine. The reversed hangman can indicate despair that comes from being separated from your truths and beliefs. What do you think about that?
I feel like all of this is just super heavy. It's a lot to take in.
Well, you asked a pretty
I did ask a very, big question, I guess.
Yeah. We need to take a picture of that so we can dive in. I feel like you have to edit this out, but I feel like that your unconventional perspective may be unsettling or aggravating to some who may retaliate with condemnation and persecution. Yeah. I'm like, woohoo!
Right?
However, you are on your path to the ultimate freedom, attainment, and celebration. I think that is your tagline right there. That's awesome.
All right. So what do I do with this?
I don't know, man. They have to process.
All right.
I think the whole, we need to look up the history of tarot cards. Where did these suckers come from?
Yeah.
Because... And
maybe this is a good segue into our witch podcast.
Yeah. Right? Because this is we're dealing with some spiritual stuff here. It's pretty deep. But I think if you really start to think, everything could potentially be really deep. Yeah. I mean, we really, as a society, only look at things very topically. Yeah. I mean, that's why you hear people, I don't believe in ghosts, or I don't believe this, or I don't believe that. And I'm like, I don't know what I don't know. Yeah. Right? So I think it is a good segue. Okay. Confession or obsession? I got one. Okay, you go. I have a confession. I'm really pissed off at Kotex. The tampon brand. Yeah, I'm really hacked about this. And here's the deal. I would like to pride myself in somebody who is okay with change. That is not true 100% of the time. And these motherfuckers messed up my tampons. And I don't understand why you have to change something that works. It's I have been using these for 20 years. Same brand. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. Go into Target. I buy a box. Now I have to hunt these things down. The applicators have changed. So we went from having a normal size applicator to having something that a teenager would use. Oh, okay. I'm like, is this going to get lost? What is going on? Who thought that a man had to have made this decision? Yeah, for sure. And I am not happy about it. And I have to now buy my fucking tampons on Amazon in bulk. So I have, I'm trying to, I'm a crazy woman buying them up. So I have them. Like, do tampons expire? Like, I don't know. But I don't want to switch my fucking applicators. And here's the other part. I only have like a cycle every, like, twice a year because I'm on continuous birth control.
Oh.
So it's like, when I have my cycle, it's a real pain in the ass. So I want the tampon I want.
That's fair.
And I think I found a replacement, so I had to order that. The anxiety around switching tampons for me has been ridiculous. I'm going to have acupuncture next week because I'm so stressed out about this. It's ridiculous. And I've said ridiculous.
You should just go to a menstrual cup.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. Like, again, I don't like change. That's a lot of, like, I've got to think about that. Here's my thing with this situation. Great. On my period, where's my tampon? Here's what I'm springing into action. I don't want to have to think about how to change that.
Yeah.
Which is first world problem. But that's my confession. Kotex can go fuck itself. Like, whoever decided to change the applicator, you give me your bullshit about it being greener. I don't care. I don't care what your reasoning was. You can't just spring that on like an entire generation of women who have been using this product for
This is
so
true.
long.
Yeah. Fuck you, Kotex.
Fuck you, Kotex. But if you'd like to sponsor us, we'll entertain it.
We'll reconsider.
We'll reconsider the fuck you. What do you got?
Okay. I'm always so bad at this.
Confession or obsession?
Confession or obsession.
Are you bad? You're not bad. You just have to...
I know, I don't feel like I'm interesting enough.
That's false. That's false.
Ooh.
No?
I don't know. I don't know.
You're gonna have to record one later.
I know.
All right. And you're gonna be like shameful confession since you couldn't come.
I mean, maybe a confession.
Okay.
Like this weekend, my husband is going out of town to hang out with college friends. So I asked my in-laws if they could watch the kids so I could have a weekend to myself.
I think that's amazing. Amazing. I was so excited when I caught the little rumor of that.
Yeah. So I am very excited about that.
Drinks tomorrow night.
Yeah.
With Deb.
Yeah.
And Deb's a party animal.
Yeah. She is.
Your mom sets the standard.
And yeah, I'll probably just get drunk by myself too.
That's awesome. I love everything about that. Well, remember when you said like you're perfect?
Yeah.
Soon you get to do a little bit of that.
Yeah. So maybe I'll go to a movie too.
And you don't feel guilty. You shouldn't.
No.
The kids they're gonna have fun and you're gonna have some time.
Kids are all right.
Isn't that a movie?
Yeah. I don't know it. Probably.
Kids, it's like a 90s movie.
Yeah.
Kids are all right.
Yeah.
I love it. Okay.
All right.
Cool. We did this one sober.
Yeah.
Fucking miracle.
I didn't think I'd be able to do the tarot cards sober.
We did.
Yeah.
They might have been more fun if we were drunk. But I'm just saying.
That's true. All right. Until next time.
Yep.